Rookie.
Good morning and welcome to Washington Live. I am your host, Tim Elliott, and we are powered by KCTC. I'm joined in the studio today, of course, by semi-super producer Alex Snyder.
Yeah,
who started a countdown for me and then reneged on it.
Well, I try to get the Facebook right on so people don't have to watch the title screen, and sometimes 5 seconds is usually enough. But today took a little longer.
You know what they say about excuses?
I'll try better next time for you, Tim. Don't worry.
He's never messed up like that for me.
So he must be nervous. So
he could be nervous. You got two hosts here.
My guest today is, if you can't tell, if you haven't seen, I don't know how the cameras work. I never know that. Guest today is Todd Patterson. Good morning, Todd, and welcome.
Good morning, Tim. Thanks for having me on today.
You are in the opposite chair today.
Yeah, this is only the second time I've been guest on here. I was guest when we were in Mary Poppins too. So
it's easy. It's an easy gig either way, isn't it?
That's great. Yeah, it's great, and the pay is wonderful.
The pay,
as you know.
That's why I come here. 3 days this week.
We got to be able to buy coats like that. Yeah.
Well, Todd is here, and among other things, who knows where this conversation is going to land, but we're going to talk about some stuff going on in the hospital, some very exciting things.
Yeah.
And as you know, before we get to that, I've got to get to some.
I know exactly what you got to do.
Some other stuff.
Although I do have to have Alex remind me every time I'm here.
It's true.
I'm a little rough on Alex from time to time. And while we're thinking about this, does he ever talk about this Mike guy from Mount Pleasant to you when you're sitting in here?
I don't know. I've never heard of Mike. Who's Mike?
I don't know Mike either, but Alex thinks a lot of him.
Really good guy. Really good guy.
He's a host down in Mount Pleasant.
He's the Mount Pleasant host. Yeah.
And I said something, a little bit edgy.
Yeah, I would call you like a semi-host, and that's more like the big host. The super host is what I'd call him.
Yeah,
he's a super.
Well, I don't
host.
know. I'm a little jealous now too, if I'm being completely honest with you. I assume that's where you're going with this.
I think what's going on is I'm going to have to start listening to Mount Pleasant and maybe call in. I've been wanting to get a call-in segment to this too. I want to, it's Mount Pleasant, Washington. We have a nice rivalry in all sports. And so I've just taken it to the Washington Live, and I assume they call it Mount Pleasant Live.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't see why there's any reason we shouldn't be beating them now.
I have no doubt we are.
There we go. Let's try, Mike.
Yeah. Try again. Keep up the good work there. You get an attaboy. Hey, weather today, mostly sunny. It's not bad. I saw you walking to work this morning.
I walk to work every morning.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Very good.
Well, unless I have like a commercial or something I gotta go do.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw you were in your work clothes. I said, nice work clothes. You scared somebody?
I did scare somebody, just in good fun.
Yeah.
And I did have my farm clothes on because I was out to farm at 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, you were in your slides.
Yeah, well, because I'm not wearing my manure boots in the truck. See?
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, it is. So you caught me just getting home from that.
Yeah.
High of sunny and a high of 52 today, which is not bad. Clear and cold tonight at 27, but that's my kind of weather. I like that. Tomorrow, high of 60 and sunny. Watch the Hawkeyes. Go on the Hawkeye game?
No.
You go to the Hawkeye games?
I got tickets. Yeah, I can't go this week. I'll give my tickets away to somebody, but I'm bummed about Cooper DeJean.
Isn't that horrible?
I felt like our defense was all we had. Now you take a big chunk of that out.
Yeah.
And it's really been a debilitating year for me to try to watch.
It has been rough. And the things that I watched the Hawk Talk show, and the things that Coach Ferentz said about Cooper DeJean were things he does not say lightly.
Yeah, no kidding.
So this kid must be
he's a special talent. Yeah.
Indeed. So I guess he broke lower tibia or
Looks
something.
like his tibia came dislocated off the, or separated from the upper foot, ankle, wherever that connects. There's a song about that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
One of the leg bones
I'm going
connected.
to say okay. Okay, so we did weather. What else we got to do? Community events. Today is Pink Friday from 9 to 5.
It is right now.
I guess it is. Pink Friday. Shop. That's the shop local.
Yeah. Samantha was on.
Be on the lookout for holiday discount tokens that Main Street Elves will be passing out. So maybe they're being out and about at the participating stores.
I would make sure you check their ears. That's how you can tell if they're actual
actual
elves or
real
not.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knockoffs.
Yeah. Check their ears.
Check their ears.
Good
PSA
thinking, Todd.
announcement.
Good thinking.
It's not just a hat rack.
That's going on today from 9 to 5. We also have the tomorrow, the 14th annual holiday market and open house at the Halcyon House. We had Becky, and I still don't recall the other young lady's name in here earlier talking about that. A nice day of all kinds of vendors and stuff going on out there from 9 to 3. And then Saturday's the free holiday merchant movie here in town. At
You know a movie? I didn't say on the. Website.
And I have tickets, so I don't know. But there's all kinds of places around town you can get free tickets. So get your kiddos and go to that. Those two times are 11 and 12:30 for the movie.
Probably not like The Exorcist or something.
Probably not. I did go to that, by the way.
Yeah. You like it?
Well, it was just me and another guy in there. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, that sounds like a different kind of theater.
But I was talking to Brenda, and she says this thing has not gone over well.
Really?
Yeah, she just didn't get a lot of crowds.
It's not of interest to me, to be honest with you.
It was not like the original Exorcist at all, but there were some parts that gave me some goosebumps. So I like that kind of stuff. What else we got, Alex? Police report. 9219. Who's that?
Jeff
Goldblum. Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Two dogs with shock collars are running at the intersection of Highway 1 and G36. That's way out there. That could be anybody's dog. 9219 responded. They're going to make contact with the owners. Somebody called in and said there's a vehicle parked in the neighborhood, and the person that owns it doesn't live around there anymore, doesn't run, tires go flat. They'd kind of like to have something done with it. So we did respond and put a 24-hour tag, said get that gone. Somebody's out doing cookies in the parking lot at Case Field.
Are those donuts or cookies the same as donuts?
Same thing.
Yeah.
I was wondering that.
Tomato.
I don't know.
Tomato.
One you do with front wheel drive, one you do with rear wheel drive.
Or you spin to the left or spin to the right.
Are you being real or
No? I'm not being real.
I would have believed that. I would have believed that.
It must have been a kid because apparently somebody got on a school bus.
Maybe it was just like a dad dropping off his kid.
We just need some snow. Because that's when it's fun to do that stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure. It doesn't matter.
It's fun.
You can do it all wheel drive.
Yeah. So, nothing too fun going on in the police report.
No.
I still want Iowa City back. That was the good stuff. Ninjas walking around downtown.
Meaty stuff. Absolutely.
That's the good stuff. Yeah. Hey, let's take a little break and then we'll come back and visit with Todd.
All right.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers, and sellers to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Hey, I mean, what did one tomato say to the other tomato during a road race? Catch up.
I was going to say that. Yes.
Good morning and welcome back to Washington Live. We are powered by KCTC. Button pusher, head button pusher, super producer, Alex Snyder. I am your host, Tim Elliott. Enough about you, Alex.
Amen.
It's always about Alex.
It is. Well, and the thing is, when I do our coaches show thing, we don't let him talk. Well, we talk at him sometimes, and he can't respond.
Over to my left today is Todd Patterson. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Tim. Thanks for having me here
today. You are the CEO of the Washington County Hospital.
Yep.
And you apparently had enough time today to come in here and talk to us.
Well, things finally have started to settle down. We've been busy for a lot of months in a row. And so the last week or so has been the culmination of about a 14-month project where we've installed and converted to a new electronic health record called Epic.
Epic.
Or as the public may be more familiar with because of how they use it, it's MyChart.
Okay.
So it's been a huge partnership that we've been doing with the University of Iowa. Mm-hmm. We're actually too small of an organization to buy Epic directly from Epic. So organizations our size have to work through a partner. And because we have so many shared patients with the University of Iowa, it seemed like a reasonable partnership. Doesn't change our relationship with them at all, or our definition as a hospital. We're still completely autonomous, independent, county-owned, and serving Washington community. But about 70% of our patients also have some medical record at the University of Iowa.
There's going to be some specialty needs up there too, right?
So by moving to this system, we've done multiple things. So we had 3 medical records at Washington County Hospital that over the years came about for a variety of different reasons. So the hospital was standalone. There was an emergency room that was standalone. And then we had places like family medicine and Beans that were acquired later.
Oh.
And also had standalone medical records. So over the years, we've duct taped.
You had a room full of records.
Yes. And so we had basically 4, depending on how you count it, up to 9 different medical record systems that talked to each other to varying degrees or not talk to each other in varying degrees.
Probably more so than not talk to each other.
Yeah, less so than we'd like.
Yeah.
So the first thing that Epic did was to knock out all those old medical records, what we call our legacy systems, and brings in a new single electronic medical record. So Beans talks to family medicine, talks to the hospital, talks to McCready Medical Center, talks to Columbus Junction, wherever we're talks to our ER, wherever we're providing care, it's all completely seamless. As well as if we have shared patients with the University of Iowa. Right now, if we have a patient in the office who's just gone up to see a specialist at the University of Iowa, we have to call, we have to get records faxed. Now, as a shared patient, we'll be able to actually have access to their medical records from the University of Iowa within our medical record.
I see.
So it's completely seamless and in real time.
Huh.
And not only that, but places like Jefferson County, Van Buren, Audubon, they're all also part of this similar partnership network. So if you're also going down to Jefferson County Hospital and need to seek care either here at the University of Iowa, we'll be able to see your records from those organizations as well.
Just tons of advantages to that. So somebody traveling.
Yeah.
And is tragically is in an accident, is taken to Washington County. You have no records on them.
Yeah.
But all you need to find out is where they might.
Or let's just say you're one of our patients and you're traveling in Tennessee.
Right. Yeah.
And you're in an accident and you're unconscious. If they are an Epic site, which about 70% of all of the patients in the country will be eventually impacted by Epic once all of the conversions that they have planned go through. So there's a good chance you go down to Tennessee, you get in a car accident, you're rendered unconscious. They don't know what you're allergic to, but they've got Epic. They can see our medical record and they can see all your primary care records and things like that, which makes it very, very beneficial for you as a patient.
Yeah. What a phenomenal idea. Why the hell didn't you and I think about this?
Well, the actual Epic company is based in Verona, Wisconsin, and they have a massive Google-like campus, and it was started by a lady named Judy Faulkner, I think in 1980, early 80s, late 70s even, kind of one of these, when they were, creating a lot of these startups in garages and stuff. That's the whole story. You and I weren't even born.
Well, I was born, but I didn't know anything about a computer.
Let's just give you some credit there.
Okay, all right.
We weren't born. That's why we didn't think of it.
Very good. Okay.
But she's a pretty incredible
forward
visionary thinker, and they started off really, really small, and now they are the predominant medical record within the United States. Not quite overseas yet. There's other medical records there, but one of the big advantages as well that from a patient perspective is that all your medical records can be accessed through an app, either on your phone or on your computer.
So by a patient, we can see whatever we want.
Yeah, you can go into your MyChart. So you have MyChart. You pull it up. If you've ever been to the university, you already have it. Now you'll be able to see our records as part of that too. You'll have to select which site you want to look at, but it's the same login. So really all of your medical records are within that same MyChart app, regardless of where your location of care is.
Okay.
You can do things in that, like get your lab results, get your imaging study results, read your last notes if you want to. You can communicate with your provider. You can schedule through it.
Oh, really?
You can check into your clinic visit. You can pay your copay through it. You can answer some questionnaires, and there's functionality that we'll be building on over the next months, so that it's really like you probably travel and fly. Used to be you'd do all the paper process, go to the counter. Now you don't do hardly any of that unless you're checking bags, right? And so we wanted to make it like you shouldn't have to call us to do a lot of these things, and we can do things for you asynchronously, so not in real time, not during business hours, so you're crammed on the phone. That was kind of what we're trying to do, make it so people can schedule with their busy schedule, right? Not have to sit on hold waiting for us and things like that. And so it's going to take us some time to become facile with the system, but those are going to be huge advantages for patients eventually.
So it's just kind of you're just starting to unveil this now, and a little bit of growing pains. What is suspect right now?
So we started the transition process on November 3rd.
Okay.
But what we had to do is manually move upcoming appointments out of our old system and into our new system. So we did about 3,000 of those by hand.
Good God.
On the 3rd and the 4th of November. And then we all got together. We've been up basically all week. On November 11th, we were at the hospital all night while we started shutting things down in the old system and then bringing things up in the new system. I think we got home about 2:30 or 3 in the morning.
What a huge undertaking.
Yeah. So my team has worked, I don't know, probably 25 days straight, somewhere in that range, really long days. It's been a huge undertaking. And so I think because of those efforts, though, we have seen it's been a blip. Like there's been some high priority issues that we've had to resolve. Our computers were down yesterday, some things like that. But for the most part, it's been really, really smooth.
Good.
And I think that had a lot to do with the pre-planning and work.
We function so well, but we are so dependent on our computers and on our internet.
Yeah.
And it's the same for my business, Todd. Yeah. If I don't have internet, I can turn off the lights and go because I got to have it.
Well, we by nature we have downtime procedures, and we are normally up 99.9% of the time, but there's different things that are occurring with this new medical record that we're getting the hang of, and we have to increase some server capacity, and and there's some speed things that we need to look at. So it's going to be a bit of a learning curve over the next 6 months, probably.
Working through all the kinks that just come with a transfer of this size. I would have never guessed 3,000 appointments, and I don't know
Yeah.
what that time frame is, and you don't have to share.
Yeah.
There's probably some confidentiality.
Well, we had about 15,000 future appointments, of which the majority we could do in an automated capacity. But the ones that were coming up in the next couple of weeks, we wanted to do two things. We want to make sure we didn't have any issues with them, but also we wanted to use it as an opportunity to train our staff who are scheduling, just to give them, we were sitting in Iowa City in a room. They could ask all kinds of questions, and so they had time to really learn the system. They didn't have a patient on the phone with them.
Probably a good thing. A good step in the
Yeah.
learning process there. How would a patient go about? Because I'm not a big doctor goer. I go when I need to.
Well, you said you just got off the farm today, so
I did.
Farmers don't go to doctors unless something's actively bleeding or has been cut off.
It better be gone.
It better be gone. Yeah. So,
but I could get that because I've been a patient either at the medical clinic or somewhere.
So if you go to the App Store, and you can download MyChart, and then there'll be a series of prompts that will walk you through it, and you'll get signed up. It's a little bit like what?
I just have a question. So I have it.
Whoa.
This is
This is not protocol.
This is the first.
All right.
Please,
So
everybody.
I have my chart for my doctor in Des Moines through like Unity Point or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Does it like connect to that?
So it should, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
It's a great question. And I'll actually get back to you on that question. So Unity Point and the universe. So when we were trying to figure out what group to partner with to get Epic, because like I said, we're too small to buy it directly, both Unity Point and the University of Iowa have the ability to extend Epic out to partners. And those are kind of separate and kind of intertwined. So my hope is that, yes, you can do that. But that's a really good question, one I hadn't thought of. So I'll find out. I know it affects our ability to talk to those hospitals a little bit. We have to do it in a different way. Anyway, sorry, you had a...
No, that's all right. Mark this down. Alex actually...
had a construct, and it was a good question.
It was.
So, go to so the thing I would tell you, it's a little bit like, it's one, I don't know, so when you go, do you need to take a break?
No.
When you
I just like to keep an eye.
So when you go sign up for MyChart, it will ask you questions like, what's your license plate? It's checking your credit file or things like that, right? And asking you to confirm your identity. And then when you do that, then you'll have a MyChart account set up.
Good. All right. Awesome. Let's take a break, and we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll come back and we'll visit more with Todd.
Awesome.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
It's not a question of what all you have and so on with your life. It's who is in your life and how much you care for them and how much they care for you. And Tammy definitely cares.
I met Tammy about 20 years ago when her daughter was in Special Olympics and I was coaching. Told me that she was into doing senior benefits. We became even closer friends. She cares about everybody, especially the seniors. So call her.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Good morning and welcome back to Washington Live. I am your host, Tim Elliott, and we are powered by KCTC. We are here with a host, Todd not a host today.
I'm a guest today.
He's our guest today of Todd Patterson. Todd's normally in this chair on whatever day it is. Is it?
Well, I do Thursdays for the PM Sports page, whatever we call that, and then.
But he also fill in for us.
I'm every time I got to ask Alex how to do the show again. Can never remember, but yeah. I'm glad you guys do it more often.
I'm so close, and it's really pretty easy. And to be honest, I enjoy it, and it's just kind of fun.
Yeah, it is kind of fun.
And like you say, the pay is incredible.
If it weren't for the pay, I don't know if I'd come as often as I do. But
I mean, I don't know what the pay is, but how highly you guys talk about it, I can only imagine.
Well, I'm a little surprised you don't want to sit here and hire somebody.
Let's put it that way.
That.
It's probably a lot more than what you're getting to produce this thing.
Todd, we're here to talk about the hospital and the major technological improvements that you've made with the Epic installation of the electronic records. Yeah, really cool thing.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think it's probably one of the most building the new hospital in 2007, and actually, we just put this new power plant on, which went live in August. Probably one of the most transformational things we've probably done in the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
So
really needed. I mean, can you get by having 7 different files on all this stuff? Yeah, but it's inefficient.
Yeah.
And in today's world, I think time is not only money, but it's also important in life-saving measures and so on.
It is. It's huge. I did just want to mention one thing.
Yeah.
We because we're getting used to this new system, we've really tamped down our volumes. So we're only seeing, especially in the primary care areas, about 50% of our normal volume. And so I know that that's probably stressing people out. We'll get back to our normal volumes next week and the week after. But please be patient with us. This has got a lot of long-term benefit, and there's a little short-term pain that we're kind of undertaking. So I just want to mention that. I appreciate the public's patience with us.
I get it. I understand that during transitions, there's going to be some hiccups, and there's going to be some things that maybe weren't foreseen, and that I do get. You're not able to schedule in the normal rate that you would have, just for a short period of time.
Yeah, unless people want to be here till 10 o'clock at night, being seen, which they don't.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other big news going on at the hospital? At break, I wanted to ask you about one thing.
What was that?
Well, and is there a new wing, or is there new something coming up, or a new naming right? Or
oh yeah, so we've gotten a large private gift. Our foundation was gifted a large private gift, and it's going to result in the renovations of a couple of aspects of the hospital.
Okay,
these are individuals who care a lot about the hospital, and I'm not sure if I'll do the name publicly yet. But I'll wait. And so we're going to be renovating the front entrance. I don't know if you've been in there, which it doesn't sound like you have very often.
I have.
There's about, you walk through the front door, there's about 2 feet before you hit the front desk.
Yes.
There's not enough waiting room space for the emergency room. Mm-hmm. It's just a layout that really needs to kind of be redone. The donor in this particular case felt passionate about that. And the other, so we're going to be doing that, starting that probably in the spring.
Okay.
And then we're also, we have the McCready Medical Clinic, which used to just be the medical clinic, which is really an original from about 1976.
That's the Far East Side.
Far East Side.
Okay.
really it is an original from 1976. And
when I was a kid, I went to the dock.
Yeah. So we're going to renovate that with some of these dollars as well. And so just kind of really keeping our facilities fresh, state of the art, ADA compliant, of size to help, people be comfortable in the space. And
it's, really we've got a beautiful campus.
It's great. Yeah.
It really is an attractive aesthetically.
Yeah.
But there is some work that needs to be done inside, especially probably that east end. And
and it's sort of, we just took out the 1968 infrastructure. We had boilers that were the size of school buses. Now they're about the size of this table.
It's amazing, yeah.
And we're saving about 35% in terms of energy costs right out of the gate with that. Mm-hmm. And so, I think it's just about reinvesting in the facility in a way that's responsible from a financial perspective, and also doesn't disrupt people's lives too much over time.
There's an awful lot you have to think about in your position, isn't there? And from facilities and you've got to have a great team around you.
Which I do. It can be a challenging job. It's not one, if you like to sleep, it's not for you. So I've never been a big sleeper. So it gives me a lot of time to think about those things and weigh those particular options and come up with strategies for how we're going to be, the best hospital we can possibly be here.
Very good. Just on a side note, I just kind of wanted to get your take on the whole Mercy, Iowa City and University. Do you think is that a good move? Just overall, what's your thoughts? Well, Mercy was headed in that direction for a while, I think.
Yeah. So really, we benefit when there are two strong health systems there that are competing against each other and not paying much attention to us.
Because there was a tie at one time between Mercy and Washington, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, actually, Mercy owned family medicine for a while, and Mercy used to help staff our ER, and then Mercy just couldn't staff their own ER, one day. And so we had a really good relationship with Mercy. We still do. And we have a really good relationship with the University of Iowa. But, you never want to get single vendored. You never want to get in a situation where there's a monopoly or potential monopoly in a specific area. So it's something that we're thinking a lot about. My initial thought, was Preston Hollow was a creditor that was going to win the bid for Mercy.
Yeah.
In the last second, they decided that their bid wasn't as good as the university's bid because it was a creditor bid. Where they basically were using their long-term debt as their bid. And so that flipped things at the 11th hour. And so now the university is going to own Mercy. Probably will close on that January 30th or 31st. And they're also building a huge hospital in North Liberty.
Huge.
So, they're not going to have staff for all these facilities. The Mercy Hospital itself has hundreds of millions of dollars in deferred maintenance just to get the facility, really up to where it needs to be. They've got issues with the pension up there, I think, that they're going to have to deal with. There's a lot of people who worked there for a long time who their pensions are threatened, and that'll be a really difficult thing.
Very difficult.
But for us, we've got a University of Iowa that is generally aggressive. Sometimes they are so disorganized they can't figure it out.
Yeah.
But they, we would like to work with them in a way that they have no interest in coming down here more than they already do.
Right. Stay in your lane up there.
Stay in your lane. You guys are great at really, really complicated medical care.
Yeah.
And so I've got good partners there. I think we'll work things out. I mean, we already do some things now that, strategically works, kind of keeps the entities separated.
Arm's length.
Yeah. Yeah. And it works well for both groups. Good. And so, we'd like to use them where it benefits us and then not use them where it doesn't benefit us. So,
yeah. Well, sounds, Todd, oddly enough, this is about the longest you and I have ever got to talk.
That's
we see each other for short blurps.
Especially without drinks.
Yeah. This isn't going to cut it. But we'll make that happen at some point.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Appreciate all you do at the hospital. And and all your work. Someday maybe I'll do a play with you. I used to be in shows all the time in high school.
That would be fantastic.
I would enjoy doing that again someday. So thanks for coming in and
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
Let's, you know how this works. Well, wait a minute. I'm going to do this announcement.
Okay, you do this announcement.
This just in. A special show will be airing on Wednesday, November 22nd. That's this coming Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving. And we should talk about this. We're gonna have a show with this Wednesday. This coming
Wednesday, yeah.
And then, but not Friday.
Not Friday.
I get Friday off. It's a paid holiday for me, though.
You get Friday off.
Okay. Anyway, this Wednesday, November 22nd, there's a Shop Washington for the Holidays show. It will air at 8 a.m. on these same fine stations that you're watching us on. The hosts will be Samantha Meyer and Greta Clemens, and they'll talk about the great town of Washington and the great businesses all here to shop at the holidays. So be sure to tune into that, 8 a.m.-ish. We're not exactly sure, but we're going to say 8 on Wednesday the 22nd. We have national days. It's National Butter Day, and there's not a dang thing wrong with that.
That sounds like a fantastic day.
It's there's nothing better. For a long time, I was hooked on I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh.
Until I heard it was like one molecule away from being a plastic. And so I went back to real butter. And
were you then like, oh, I can believe that's not butter?
And now I can.
Yeah.
Now I can. And what a better thing to pair that up with, but National Homemade Bread Day.
Oh.
Well done, Alex.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Can we get some cheer effects? Do you have any effects that play on this show?
He doesn't do anything like that.
Oh, dang, we got to get him going.
But I tell you what, that's like a whole... You got your chocolate in my peanut butter kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Perfect pairing.
Awesome. What a great day today is. Homemade bread and butter day, all in one day.
All in one day.
It's awesome. Hey, we're going to do celebrity birthdays. I am not good at this.
Nor am I. I've only won twice.
My record right now shows 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie, but that is not up to date.
Outdated.
I think that's a couple weeks old.
Yeah.
I have not won, and I can't remember when.
I don't know.
So it'll be a battle of the losers here, Todd.
Well, the first one, we got the second most famous drummer in the room, Travis Barker.
But the one with the most neck tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you said he is from
Blink-182.
You knew that.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a great drummer. He's very, very good.
He's
also
doing a lot of stuff
Travis
now.
Barker band, I think, and I'm gonna say 47.
Okay. The drummers, they probably are the most physical of the band. Therefore,
most important.
He looks younger than he is. I'm going to say 49.
48. You guys were both between it.
I like it.
We are.
Next one.
You do know a tie. It doesn't matter if you win because our budget doesn't allow us trophies any longer.
That's because it's all going to the host.
We're paying all the hosts. You know?
we just get bragging rights. Whoever wins.
We're giving them paid holidays off. Now,
hey, I do.
so.
I got next Friday off, paid.
Martin Scorsese. Goodfellas.
I'll let you have first crack, Tim.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's 88.
83.
He's 81.
Ugh.
You get a point. You're leading. Todd's leading.
Isn't he doing his last show?
Could be.
Didn't I? I thought I read that. And could you imagine who's got to be in that? It's,
De Niro and
it's got to be De Niro and
Pesci
and Al Pacino.
Yeah, Ray Liotta's dead, but I would say him.
Boy, what a guy! Goodfellas, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a great one.
One of my favorites. All right, so far I'm getting beat.
Next one, Rachel McAdams.
No idea, so I'll say 36.
42.
45. You get another point.
Look at him go. Look at him go.
On this last one, you could come back and tie him, but that would only be a tie.
Hey, well, a tie is almost as good as a win for me.
You were almost within a decade with her, so that's.
There was one, Todd. I was over 10 years off.
Danny DeVito, last one.
Started with, didn't he
Taxi.
get his start with Taxi?
Yeah, he's been around forever.
Long
He's
time.
looked the same. That's how he looked in Taxi, didn't it?
Yeah, except he was clean shaven. He never, now this is the look, right?
Yeah.
So do you want to go first? I got a number already.
78.
I'm saying 79. That was my number.
79 right on.
Oh!
But you don't pull off the victory. So Todd,
No,
we
I
tie?
said a tie.
Did we tie?
No, because you got 4, he only got 3 now.
Oh, I lost. Okay, well, I'm a good loser
I'll come
because
back.
I'm damn good at losing. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Todd.
nice job.
So I want to get you on a win streak. Now, when you get,
I feel
do you
like-
do this? Do you do this on your sports show?
No.
So you only do this when you fill
watching
in.
it live, yeah. And I'm third string. I don't know which way you and Diana go, but I'm third.
Well, I don't know. I don't know either.
Well, Diana was first for a while, but I think you're
she
first
was.
now.
She was first chair, and then she had a job change or something, and then Wednesdays were hard for her. No, Mondays were hard for her. And I said, well, okay, I can do it. Anyway, that's all we have. Todd, thanks again for coming in. I've enjoyed
thanks.
the conversation.
Yeah, it was
Alex,
really fun.
Thank God, I'm never going to forget this day. You asked a question.
Yeah.
A good one.
Yeah, a good one.
That's really 2 points.
There's plenty to do in Washington this weekend. Go out and do it. And until Monday, we'll see you then.